KTSM 9 News Weekend starts right now.
Thank you for choosing KTSM 9 News Weekend. I'm Christina Rada. Let's get a live look outside through our mountain cam. There were no clouds in sight today. It was a sunny and warm day, but that's about to change tomorrow. You may need a sweater. Let's send things over to forecaster Tirza Ortiz for your first look at the weather. And Tirza, I'm already wearing a sweater just in case because it gets cold at night.
You're preparing early, Christina. I like that. And you're right, it does get cold at night, and it looks like for portions of our region, we are looking at a freeze watch. So not a bad idea to grab that jacket because we do have the cold front moving in for tonight, and it's definitely going to make itself known for our Sunday. We are looking at very chilly gusts and those winds moving from the east where that cold front is coming from. Right now, we're currently at 64 degrees in El Paso, 63 over in Juarez, and 52 over in Las Cruces, with Alamogordo matching that number. And we're only going to get cooler from here on out. Now, taking a look at our wind gusts, they're relatively calm right now. 9 over in El Paso, 7 in Juarez, and 5 over in Las Cruces. Now, when we take a look at our exclusive 9-day forecast, I will break down more info on that cold front and just how cold it'll get, along with the power of those wind gusts. But for now, Christina, back to you.
Tirza, thank you very much. An early morning shooting left one person dead and another injured in Las Cruces. Police say the shooting happened this morning just before 2 in the parking lot of Whiskey Dick's on East Union Avenue. When they arrived, police learned that 2 men, ages 28 and 37, got into a fight in the parking lot. Now, at some point, the 37-year-old armed himself with a gun and shot at least 1 round that struck the 28-year-old. Police say an unknown person then shot the 37-year-old before leaving the area. The 28-year-old man died from his injuries. Police are still trying to identify the person who left that scene. SNAP benefits remain in limbo. This after the U.S. Supreme Court is granting the Trump administration's emergency appeal to temporarily block a court order to fully fund SNAP food assistance payments. Now, this will suspend orders from any court requiring that the White House spend more money than is available in the SNAP contingency fund. So this means the administration will go back to its plan to partially fund the program. As the government shutdown continues, both sides of the aisle blame the other party for lack in the movement to end it.
It's an absurd ruling because you have a federal judge effectively telling us what we have to do in the midst of a Democrat government shutdown.
They're weaponizing hunger to try and use it as leverage for their legislative agenda.
Officials say more than a half-dozen states received full SNAP payments for this month. Now, New Mexico families who depend on SNAP will receive 100% of their benefits for the month of November. That's according to Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham's office. In a news release, the governor stated that eligible residents will see the food benefits on their EBT cards on the regular schedule, and that's their issuance date. Lujan Grisham has called the legislature to convene for a special session, and that's on Monday. The main focus of the special session is to extend state-funded food benefits to New Mexicans as the longest federal government shutdown in history continues. Now, for more information, you can visit KTSM.com. And airlines across the country are scrambling as more than 1,000 flights have been canceled after the FAA scaled back air traffic at 40 of the busiest airports in the country because of the government shutdown. Now, this all comes ahead of the nation's busiest travel season. Yesterday, the agency required 4% of flights in and out of about 40 airports to be cut by next Friday. That percentage will increase to 10%. With Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy raising the possibility of reducing flights to 20%. Now, during a recent interview, Duffy said that even if the government were to reopen, it would still be a long time before airports got back to normal. Well, in the midst of one of the most economically difficult periods where families are struggling to put food on the table, pets are often a casualty of these hard times. I got a chance to explore a special program that is meant to help anyone in need.
We see so many people having to surrender their animals at our animal shelter, not because they don't want them anymore, because they don't love their pets, but because they feel like they can't take care of them or give them the life that they deserve.
5 months ago, the Pet Pantry program was created to alleviate animal hunger in the Borderland.
This is come take what you need.
Take a bag. It's free, no questions asked. So far, more than 50 tons of pet food have been given out.
If people have to make the choice between paying their light bill or putting food on the table or feeding their pet, we want to make that choice easier.
You'll find these pantries at all of the city libraries. There's 14 of them. And since the shutdown, there's been a whole lot more need. People are not just taking pet food, they are also leaving donations of pet food inside the pantries.
We have an excellent supply of donations, and I hope that it's sustainable for the really long term. We want to keep growing the program.
Well, those pet pantries are made possible by the charity Greater Goods, the El Paso Community Foundation, in collaboration with the city of El Paso. And coming up, science was on full display at this year's KTSM Weather Fest and the More You Know Expo. We take you out to the outlet shops at El Paso to show you the amazing projects put together by some amazing students. Thank you for watching KTSM 9 News Weekend, putting local first.
America's Greatest Warriors, Tuesday at 10/9 Central, only on News Nation.
Good evening, Borderland. We had a pretty warm day today. We hit a high of 82 degrees. Not quite record-breaking, but close enough. We are pretty warm right now as well. Taking a look out the door, 64 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour winds coming from the north, so relatively calm, and it looks like they'll remain that way all the way up until tomorrow. We do have that cold front blowing in our very early Sunday morning hours. Over in Las Cruces, 52 degrees, and we are looking at very clear skies. Overall, a beautiful fall night. Let's talk about tomorrow. tomorrow, though, with that cold front, we're going to be dropping down all the way to 65 degrees. It will be sunny, but it will be quite chilly because we have very strong winds moving 15 to 20 miles per hour. Now, those wind gusts can get up to 25 miles per hour. So if you were planning to decorate for tomorrow, I would personally hold off. Last thing you want to do is chase those decorations down the street in the cold. Not worth it. 65 over in Las Cruces as well. Very sunny and chilly winds to accompany that, with, of course, those wind gusts going around 20 miles per hour. For the rest of the region, 50 over in Ruidoso, 51 will be that high in Cloudcroft, 66 over in Tier C. Deming matches that number with Silver City at 60 degrees. Taking a look at our allergens, they're on the lower end. 5 for your Sunday, 6 on Monday, and then back down to 5 for your Tuesday. Plotting out the rest of your evening and the 9 hours and what is in store, we're looking at clear skies, 60 degrees for our 1 a.m. hour. We're finally in the 50s for 2 a.m. and then going throughout the rest of the evening, clear skies across the board with 53 degrees for our 6 a.m. hour before we hit 51 for 7 a.m., making for a pretty cool morning if you are an early bird. Now, planning out the rest of our 9 days, really the only day we're focusing on is going to be our Sunday. It really is the different one where we have those windy conditions on the board with, of course, that cold front, as well as Monday morning. 39 degrees will be that overnight low, making for a very cool morning. Make sure you're bringing your jacket and layering up for that day. We are going to barely warm up to 67 degrees, still looking at calm winds, but then we clear the way for our Tuesday where it is beautiful. We're back to above average temperatures. And then as we continue to move throughout the rest of the forecast, we're looking at mostly sunny skies all the way through Friday. We do have a shift on Saturday, but we're back up to those upper 70s before we drop back down for Sunday going into Monday of next week. Overall, though, looking good. Just prepare for tomorrow and that cold front. Christina.
Tirza, thank you so much. Well, today was our annual KTSM Weatherfest and the More You Know Expo, a friendly competition that had local students putting their science skills to the test. Our Diana Castillo was at the outlet shops at El Paso, and she brings us more.
The outlet shops at El Paso filled with music, Christmas cheer, and a whole lot of science.
The highest contributors to green gas emissions.
Students from El Paso ISD and Gadsden ISD went head-to-head, representing 24 schools and presenting environmentally focused projects that showed off their creativity and innovation.
Science projects are kind of a thing of the past, and they kind of started going away slowly, and I'm happy to see that it's starting to come back again and getting these kids to work hands-on instead of just like on a computer.
Each project was judged on creativity, presentation, and how well students connected their ideas to real-world issues. But in the end, Austin High School took home the Ultimate Weather Warrior Award. Their project dealing with the upcoming AI data center in Santa Teresa and its potential impacts on energy and water.
That they have a big effect on their local environment, but we were like, what if we really dig into this and see what's actually happening?
Diana Castillo, KTSM 9 News.
Well, other winners include Franklin High, Santa Teresa Middle School, and North Valley Elementary School. Well, stick with us. Sam has a look at sports in just a few minutes. This is KTSM.
drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
And now KTSM 9 Sports with Sam Guzman. Sponsored by Glasheen Vyas and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
Both UTEP and New Mexico State football have their work cut out for them today, and by work we mean battling the bosses of Conference USA. The Miners and Aggies face the league's top 2 teams, Jacksonville State and Kennesaw State, who are a combined 8-0 in Conference USA play heading into today. UTEP and NMSU sitting at 2-7 combined. Yeah, today's going to be a challenge for both teams. Let's head to the Sun Bowl. UTEP hosting Jacksonville State. Jack State scores first, up 7-0 on the first. They're up 7-0. Here's UTEP, second drive of the game, very first play of their second drive. And it's Skylar Locklear connecting with Wandami Davis Jr. for a 75-yard touchdown. UTEP ties it up 7-7 in the first quarter. Second quarter now, Jack State up 10-7. UTEP pulling out the trick play, except it does not trick anyone. This one ends in an interception by Caleb Nix. Nix ends up taking this one 93 yards back to cash it in. For 6, Jack State leads 17-7 and led 20-13 at halftime. UTEP ties it 20-20 early in the third, down 27-20 in the fourth. Locklear going to Eric Willis the third. That ties the game up at 27-27 with 2 minutes left. Next drive, Jacksonville State marches up to UTEP's 29, but must settle for a 45-yard field goal. Garrison Aripa makes it. Jack State takes a 30-27 lead. UTEP gets the ball back with under a minute, facing 4th and 5 from their own 30. Deep pass to keep the Miners in the game, but this one's batted down by Trevor Woods, and that's the game. Kennesaw State wins 30-27. The Owls punch their ticket to a bowl game, while the Miners fall to 2-7 and will miss a bowl for the 4th straight season. Over in Las Cruces, New Mexico State trying to snap a 3-game losing skid and keep its bowl game hopes alive against Kennesaw State. In the second quarter, Kennesaw State jumps ahead 17-0. Amari Odom launches a deep pass to Clayton Kapak. He hauls it in for a 55-yard touchdown. Owls lead 24-0 with 8 minutes left in the half. On the ensuing drive, we're going to fast forward to the third quarter here. Kennesaw State trying to extend its lead, but they can't. It's Burnock Aya with the INT there. New Mexico State trying to continue its comeback now. It's Logan 5 from 2 yards out connecting with Donovan Falpel. That makes it 24-14 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes later, same spot, same connection, 5 to Falpel. That makes it 24-21 here. And NMSU would have a chance to tie this game up. Scores 24-21. Ryan Hawk here from 49 yards out. Again, has the chance to tie the game, but he is going to miss wide right. You can't tell there, but you can tell here. Officials waving this one no good. Aggies fall 24-21. Their comeback falls short. Kelly Harzen was in Las Cruces and has more on the Aggies' tough loss.
Well, it seems to be the storyline surrounding New Mexico State football this season, fighting to stay in nearly every single game later, just to add yet another tally to that loss column. The Aggies fought back against a 24-point deficit at the close of the first, to them posting 21 points, but it just wasn't enough as the Aggies fall to the Owls 24-21.
We put ourselves in a position to send the game into overtime and just, fell up short. So, It's pretty frustrating right now to be sitting here and having the same conversation. I mean, we work extremely hard. I mean, these guys come in. We have not had a lapse this entire season, no matter what's happened, the way our guys have approached practice, film sessions. And I want more for those guys in there.
Where NMSU got beat today was in the pass game, specifically in that first quarter. KSU known for taking that deep shot and airing it out, leading to the 17-point lead for the Owls following 2 Gabriel Benyard touchdowns early on. NMSU giving up 219 yards passing, 427 yards total offense on the day. The Aggies' first score of the afternoon came from, surprisingly, its run attack, an area the group has struggled with this season. Running back DeJon Stanley giving NMSU a spark before half, leading to the 24-7 score at the break. Now, they needed to play complimentary football down the stretch. Defense coming up big on a crucial stop on the Burnock Aya interception in the third to keep the Aggies in this game and Owls off the board. NMSU forcing a turnover in every game this season. Fourth quarter, Logan 5 to Donovan Falpel on 2 2-yard receptions, giving its comeback attempt a real opportunity, trailing 24-21. No timeouts. 1 possession game, Aggies ball. The 2-minute drill in real life, making its way downfield. It's going to bring up 4th down. Ryan Hawk on the 50-yard field goal attempt is no good. This is his third loss of the season by one score or less, with 2020 hindsight looking back at that struggling first quarter on both sides of the ball. Those first 15 minutes, the nail in the coffin tonight.
Offense has got to do a better job of getting going earlier, so when we do have those lapses on defense, they're not so, it doesn't put us behind the 8 ball so much, you know. So I mean, today was definitely the start. I mean, that was it. But yeah, no, it's just you know, it's tough. I mean, the last 4 weeks we've lost an overtime game and 2 walk-off missed field goal games. I mean, that's, I don't know many teams in the country that have gone through that.
With this loss, New Mexico State falls to 3-6 on the season. Up next for the Aggies, they'll take to the road to take on number 23 Tennessee. Now, if New Mexico State wants to keep its bowl hopes alive, they're going to have to win out for the remainder of the season. A tough feat considering what's coming up next on its schedule. For now, reporting from Aggie Memorial Stadium, Kelly Harrison, KTSM 9 Sports.
Thank you, Kelly. UTEP volleyball in action today, taking on Kennesaw State. Set 1, set point for UTEP. Kalia Kohler sits up Danica Washington, who smashes this one. Miners take set 1, 25-18. Set 2 now, Miners up 24-23. Kennesaw State trying to win the set, tie the set, but that attack's denied by the great defense the Miners had there at the net. Miners take set 2, 25-23. Set 3, Torrance Lovesey on a tear, 15 kills today, 22 yesterday. That adds up to 37 over the last 2 matches. Miners get the clean sweep. They're now 13-1 in CUSA and now return home for its final 2 matches of the regular season next weekend. That's going to be your look at sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Superior smooth taste, worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Hair and wardrobe provided by
Welcome back. We're getting a final look at your exclusive 9-day forecast. We do have a cold front coming in tonight. It's going to drop us down to 65 degrees for your Sunday. We're also looking at sunny skies, but windy conditions. Of course, that wind chill can make it feel a lot cooler than it actually is. 39 degrees is that overnight low going into Monday, making for a very cold morning. Make sure you're bundling up. We'll barely warm up to 67 degrees. We're still below average. And then after that, beautiful conditions. We're back to above average temperatures, but in those mid to upper 70s, so not too bad. Nothing like we've been seeing this week where we're in the 80s. Overall, just have to get through that cold front.
All right, so I went to NMSU for a year, graduated from UTEP, so rough night as a fan, but still proud they got close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
They really put in effort. Yeah.
They did. All right. Saturday Night Live is next, and as always, we are online. Bye-bye.